Well, I think we truly got to take a deep look, and we really got to figure out who's responsible for all this fraud that's going on. And somehow, brokers, I got to blame you. I got to blame you. I think you're letting everybody down. I think it's a bunch of you. Maybe it's your agents. I truly believe you guys really, really need to pick up the slack. And I want to start off today with this article, and I want you guys to, as I say, pay close attention. It was an article that FreightWaves put out. Illinois trucking company with 171 drivers files for bankruptcy. Short article. I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to tell you another problem that's wrong with this industry. So let's jump into this article. An Illinois trucking company with 183 trucks and 171 drivers recently filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. Founded in June 2010, Nationwide Cargo, Inc. of East Dundee, Illinois, hauls freight, general freight, fresh produce, and meat, according to the FMCSA. The petition filed in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Illinois on Wednesday lists Hristo Angelov as the president of Nationwide Cargo. No reason was given as to why the carrier filed for bankruptcy protection, but it seeks to reorganize according to the petition. It's going to be very important, people. Nationwide Cargo lists its assets between $1 million and $10 million and its liabilities as between $10 million and $50 million. The petition lists the number of creditors as up to 49, but states that funds will not be available for unsecured creditors once it pays administrative fees. Angelov's attorney, David D. Leibowitz, did not respond to FreightWaves' request for comment as of publication. Nationwide Cargo's trucks had been inspected 185 times and 48 had been placed out of service in a 24-month period, resulting in nearly 26% out-of-service rate. This is higher than the industry's national average of around 22.3%, according to FMCSA. The trucking company's drivers had been inspected 457 times over the same 24-month period, with 18 drivers being placed out of service, resulting in nearly 4% out-of-service rate. This is lower than the national average of around 6.7%, according to FMCSA. In the past 2 years, the company's trucks have been involved in 12 injury crashes and 18 towaways. The carrier's gross revenues from January until its bankruptcy filing date are nearly $9.3 million. Its petition states the company made around $40 million in 2023 and nearly $34 million in 22. According to the petition, Nationwide Cargo shareholders Angelov, Peter Trendafilov, and Peter Panteleimov each took a shareholder draw of $10,000 in December. That's weird. The petition states that a payment of $200,000 was made in December to Five Star Garage, also located in East Dundee, according to the Illinois Secretary of State's business entity search. Five Star Garage is owned by Angelov. The trucking company is involved in 3 pending lawsuits in Tennessee, Illinois, and Arizona. The 3 largest creditors with secured claims listed in the petition are Equify Financial LLC of Fort Worth, Texas, owed more than $3.5 million. Commercial Credit Group, Inc. of Naperville, Illinois, owed nearly $1.8 million. And Continental Bank, N.A. of Salt Lake City, owed nearly $676,000. A creditors meeting hasn't been scheduled yet. Now, we're going to jump in to the person who wrote this article. It didn't cover enough. It did not cover enough. So,
hello,
Clarice. Yes, Clarice Hawes. This is what I'm amazed by, because when I went and grabbed her snapshots of who she is, she's the person who wrote the article. Investigative reporter for 15 years, covers bankruptcies, crime in courts in trucking, long-haul crime log podcaster, Interesting. Tips welcome. Well, I'm giving you a tip here, Clarice. I hope you got the email. I hope you're watching the show. It also says in the little white square up there, I forget, I think one might have been from LinkedIn, or one was from Twitter, I believe. The other one might have been from LinkedIn. That one says, Clarissa, let's call her Clarice, has covered all aspects of the trucking industry for 16 years. She is an award-winning journalist known for her investigative and business reporting. Before joining FreightWaves, she wrote for Landline Magazine and Trucks.com. If you have a news tip or a story idea, send her an email. Investigative journalist, 15, 16 years, whatever. Where is the investigative journalism in this article? You're doing this article for FreightWaves, supposedly big known platform. You're the investigative journalist. Let's move along. Investigative journalism is a type of journalism that uncovers what others don't want uncovered. Investigative journalism is also called watchdog journalism. An investigative journalist digs deep into one story, whether it be for corporate financial corruption, violent crime, or other topics that might not get covered in everyday news. So, we're going to do the investigative reporting for her. Now, I'm not directly picking on her, but I think if you're going to be an investigative journalist, especially for FreightWaves, which I don't think they do enough in this industry, okay? Because as long as I've been in, I just see a bunch of smoke, mirrors, and daisies floating around. Nobody wants to get into the nitty-gritty. Nobody wants to do the true investigation and get the communication and the dialogue started so everybody can truly see what's going on in this industry. So, let's go through it. Nationwide Cargo, here's their authority. You see they had, I believe it was freight forwarding, and then they have the MC number. East Dundee. 183 units, 171 drivers, blah, blah, blah. The freight forwarder was dismissed in 2020. And then you see their insurance history there. Starting from the bottom, replaced, name changed, replaced, canceled, 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 replaced, name change, replaced, canceled, 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 replaced. To me, I'm reading this, read the article about the lawsuits, the bankruptcy, the two guys taking $10,000 and then the other corporation taking $200,000. Let's dig a little deeper. So here's Nationwide Cargo. Here's the corporation, started 14 years ago, like they said, 2010. And you see the director there, officer, whoever, an agent, Hristo Angelov. Hristo Angelov. So when we go to look up what else Hristo Angelov has, we find all these companies, Metaforza, Coast to Coast Leasing. Some are active, some are inactive. If they're light gray, they're inactive. Prime Estate LLC, Hot Limo Inc., Nationwide Cargo, which is the first red arrow. Then we see, as we go down, we see a Nutrition Meals, but the second red arrow, we see SDAF Inc. Then we go down a little bit, we see Coast to Coast Leasing. Then we see the third red arrow, 5 Star Garage Inc. Then the fourth arrow, Vorka Trucking, which shows inactive. And then the last one on the bottom, which is also inactive, Semi Cargo Inc. Well, you know Axel. I did some investigative digging, and I want to know what these companies are this guy is involved in or was involved in, because I think it was truly left out of this article. So here you see the property, Nationwide Cargo. In an article, it said about $200,000 was paid to 5 Star Garage. Well, 5 Star Garage and Nationwide Cargo are in the same building. Okay, they're owned by the same guy. Okay, pointing that out. Now, from Freight Validate, we look up Nationwide Cargo. And on there, it says a Peter Pantelemonov. Okay, and it says their carrier cannot be freight validated due to non-payment of drivers, bankruptcy pending, lawsuits in three states, etc. And then it has a link, actually, to Freightways article. Very interesting. Let's move along. So I have to dig a little bit. I find the corporation for Vorka Trucking, and it was dissolved. It was also from back in 2010, owned by Hristo Angelov. And I got the MC number. So on that authority, it was revoked in 2012. You see there? Revoked 2012. So this guy had another authority which was revoked, okay? Revoked. It's not it. Let's move along. So when we look at Vorka Trucking and we ran it under Freight Validate, we saw another person, a Hristo Angelova, which is probably his wife, his sister, his mistress. You know how they operate. And right there you see I have the clip outs from the inactive corporation, Vorka Trucking. But if you look at the email where it says on the right there from the Freight Validate screenshot, it says Chris at SDAF Inc. Well, wait a minute. We have this other corporation, SDAF Inc. So we pull SDAF Inc. What do you know? What do you know? Another authority. Another authority also from Hristo Angelov. Can you believe it, folks? It's getting interesting. This authority is not authorized. This one was from 2007. This was probably his very first one. So the corporation is still showing active, but yet the authority is not authorized. But also from Hristo Angelov. Now, wait, let's go back. If you look on the right there, I have the two red arrows. So you see it says alternative names, Fleet Express. Fleet Express. So we find a corporation for Fleet Express. On top, forfeited existence. The dissolution date just this February. February 23rd, 2024. You look on the bottom, tax forfeiture. This guy is a winner all the way around. So, the SDAF, look at this one, revoked. Or first granted in 2010, this one's from 2010, revoked 2013, reinstated 2016, revoked 2018, reinstated 2019, revoked again in 2023. And look at that insurance history. Canceled, 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 replaced, canceled, canceled, replaced, canceled, 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 replaced, name change, canceled, canceled, replaced, canceled, canceled. This guy is, whew. So he also has this Fast Cargo Inc., which was dissolved. This one was also from 11 years ago, also Illinois. What do you know? What do you know? Bingo, another authority, another one. Granted in 2012, that one was revoked in 2013. On there, the contact person was a Chris Angelov. So cousin, maybe male lover, I don't know. But same thing, email that time was Sophia. And look, going to SDAF Inc. So not only bozos, because they had all these authorities over the years. So this is a nasty, nasty chameleon. This person should be permanently bankrupt and out of business, because with the lawsuits and what the stuff they're doing, we don't need these people in trucking. Okay? These are crooks. These are crooks. They're taking money from these financial institutions, lying, having multiple authorities, putting them in bankruptcy, forfeitures, all this stuff. They're probably shuffling all the assets around like they did with the $200K from one company to the other company, but it's in the same building. So we got these guys, Hristo Angelov, Peter Pantelemonov, and Peter Trendafilov. Only one I could find technically was this Peter Trendafilov, okay? Which was interesting because he had another corporation for Trend Landscaping and Lawn Maintenance. Interesting, right? Interesting. And that P.O. box goes to New Jersey. And it says he's the president. But it also shows on the right over there, he's the president of Nationwide Cargo. 2010 to present. 14 years, 3 months. So I don't know how it works, but Hristo looks like the owner. This guy looks like the president. Maybe they're playing with names. The FBI, I truly believe, and the FMCSA need to do a good investigation on these guys. A very good one. So, Nationwide Cargo Inc. Look at this screenshot here. The first arrow says Hialeah, Florida. I thought this company was from Illinois. It says on the bottom there, Nationwide Cargo Corp is a transportation trucking railroad company based 566 Rock Road Drive, East Dundee, Illinois. On the right there, it says headquarters, Hialeah, Florida. Really? And it has an address there, 2583 West 70th Place, Hialeah, Florida. Here's the headquarters for the National Cargo, whatever they are, with all these other authorities, active or not active, with all these revokes, bankruptcies, I think 3 lawsuits. What I see here? I see money laundering and fraud at an unprecedented level just with these guys. Just with these guys. Any journalist becomes an investigative journalist when their story grows in scope and depth beyond a routine report. So, Clarice, probably a very nice lady. I'd appreciate it if you're going to label yourself as an investigative journalist to do proper investigative journalism, especially when you're going on a platform, whether it's an article or not, for FreightWaves, which portrays themselves as the platform for all the trucking industry. But I think you guys are not doing a proper service to the trucking community if you're just going to cover a story 20% of the way. Let's do 100% deep dive investigative journalism. Let's truly find out why this is going on. Not just say, oh, they're going bankruptcy and they sent 10,000 over here and this guy took 10,000. We shuffled 200,000 down the hallway to the other company. Let's do a deep dive, because what I find here, I find a history of crooks. That's what they are, is crooks, because they're opening and shutting these authorities and continuously playing this game year after year after year. Cheating financial institutions, cheating driver. And we're not talking about a couple $100. We're not talking about a couple $1,000. We're talking about millions of dollars, okay? Which a lot of this can be avoided, because once we put these people on blast and we do podcasts and we do articles and we expose them, that's what they all need. All these crooks need to get pushed out of the industry. So, brokers, this is on you. This is 100% on you. You need to start doing your investigative work, and you need to start blocking these types of people permanently. Read the article again. Look at what I've just showed you. What are they going to do? Close bankruptcy, take the other maybe MC that's still open and shift everything over there? It's going to make everything better? No. These crooks need to be out. So, I'm going to leave this for you, Clarice. I hope you truly either became if you're going to call yourself investigative journalist, then be an investigative journalist. You know? Or every time you put an article, I'm going to put you on my special list to redo your articles. Do your job, and I'll do my job, because you're not doing your job. You want to be on FreightWaves? Be a true investigative journalist. Show everybody what's truly going on. I'm out.
Clarice!